Alright guys, play number 3, series number 3 here. Starting off right off the bat, ball in the 19. We didn't skip a play on this, so it's 1st and 10, ball in the 19, 2:35 left. Obviously still a 7-point lead for Osiris. Looking at the cover or the offense here, he's running a trip set, so he's got 1, 2, 3 to the left, 1 to the right, and then the tailback strong here over to the left. Defense wise, and I have to make a correction because at the last play I thought it was a 3-4, or at least I think I said it was a 3-4. It looks to me, actually looking at this now, it's a 3-3-5 nickel. This guy actually looks like a DB. So we have 3 down linemen, 1, 2, 3 linebackers, and then 5 DB. So this looks like a 3-3-5 nickel, basically a 3-4 version of the nickel. Looking at the play, he's running a stick. So this is opponent's running a stick. He's got a go route here, a bench route here. He has a stick route right here, which is essentially a bench, but with some caveats where his tight end can either hitch up short right off the breaking point, or he can hitch up anywhere he finds a soft spot in the zone, a hole in the zone. Backside wise, he's getting the slant, and then he's getting a block here out of his back. Now, for me in this, looking at the coverage looks like a cover 2. I do know that it is a cover 4, obviously having watched the play. So he's actually running quarters here. And he's got guys underneath, 1, 2, and 3. So he's running flat. This guy's actually running hook. And I believe he actually has him running hook, and this guy's running man-to-man, I think, and he's actually trying to cover this guy. So he's got a long way to go to get there. Now, if I'm running the offense here, what I'm seeing, how I would run against it. Right now, I would be looking at this guy. If this guy squats, because it does look like it could be a cover 2, they're up tighter this time. So if he squats on it, then I'm looking to hit the deep route here, trying to hit that back pylon for a touchdown. If he drops, which is what he will do in this case, then the next thing I'm doing is I'm looking at this guy. If this guy flattens, then I'm automatically moving on to my next receiver. If this guy hitches up, I am automatically hitting this receiver. Once I've seen he's gone, and now I see him dropping back, I'm going to hit the bench right now and make the easy completion for 5 to 15, maybe even a touchdown, just depending on if I get a block out of my receiver on the outside here, or if this guy just doesn't see it because he's dropping so hard. But again, if he flattens out, now I got to look to this guy. I got to see what he does, whether he hitches here or he goes on his bench. I would hope he would go on his bench a bit and then hitch up in this case, especially if depending on what this guy does now. So you go from 1, 2, and 3. If this guy goes with him, then yeah, I want to hit the bench. I'm hoping he runs the bench. If he hitches up, then I'm hoping he either hitches here or hitches in the soft spot in the zone and the other, a nice gap. Backside here, if I get to this point, it's probably going to be a zone, so I'm going to wait for him to find a window, whether it be the first window here or a window here. Outside of that, that's how I would run that. Now, coverage-wise here, like I said, this is a quarters, and he's only sending 3, so he's got 1, 2, 3, and you can see he's controlling the lineman. I think he gets caught before he can switch over to the guy he wants. And like I said, for some reason, this guy's running man-to-man, so that kind of pulls him out of the play a little bit. Let's go ahead and watch this and see what happens. So right now, if he's sitting, you can see this guy is actually widening out with this bench route. This guy was that middle linebacker actually widened out too to cover this, but you see right there, he bumps off and passes him off to the next guy. So right now would have been a good time to throw that ball once you see it, hit it right in here where you can turn up and maybe get a touchdown. It looks like he probably could have made that block right there. This guy probably wouldn't have seen it, and then he could turn up right in there for a touchdown. But that wasn't the case. Slant-wise was open right here. Was open, really wide open, but I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't have seen this because I'd be looking, too busy looking over here. By the time I got to him, he would be at about this spot here, so I'd be waiting for him to get in here somewhere if I didn't make that read fast enough. And what he decides to do, because again, his line is mauling Osiris's right now. Those 3 men cannot beat the 5. So he's able to take off and get himself an 11-yard gain. So grade-wise in this case, Osiris does his job from the defensive line spot. He does the best he can with that, which is all you can ask. Decision making on that case is a 1. He gets a point for that. As far as play success, obviously it's a 0 because it's more than 4-yard gain, and it's a run of over 10 yards, so that becomes a negative bonus on that case, so it becomes a 0 point for this play, so a 0% essentially. Again, really nothing Osiris could have done since he was caught on the line there, and the only thing I'm wondering is why this guy is way over here when he's running the man-to-man coverage out here. That's, you know, I don't know why he's way the heck over there. I would have sent him over if I knew he was in man. But outside of that, I mean, there's nothing else you could do in this case. You know, that's just how it goes. This guy's calling some pretty good plays to go against what Osiris is calling right now.